The information in this episode is current as of the date recorded and is not intended as financial, tax, or legal advice. You should consult your tax, financial, and/or legal advisors before implementing any transactions and/or strategies concerning your finances. And with that, let's get to this week's episode.
I'm Jason Nickerson, President and COO, and this is Financial Focus. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about the debt ceiling and government shutdowns, as media is addressing as well. If the debt ceiling is not raised, will the government shut down is the question we're getting. What we need to understand is that these are really two different issues. The fact that the federal government is bumping up against the debt ceiling will not cause a government shutdown. Those are two different things. Let's address the latter. Government shutdowns occur when federal agencies cannot spend or obligate any money because Congress has failed to approve the appropriation bills on an annual basis. The impact really is contained within the federal government, meaning that non-essential functions don't report to work and don't get paid. Essential functions, unfortunately, have to report to work and don't get paid. Things like Social Security benefits and U.S. Treasury interest, those can still get paid on time because they don't need the annual approval of the appropriation bills. But services like Social Security offices can be limited because employees may not be there during the shutdown. What we really need to talk about this week is the debt ceiling. That's the issue that we're facing right now, and we've heard about a June 1st deadline. What does this mean? The debt ceiling is really just that we've reached our limit in borrowing. Our federal government is currently spending in a deficit, meaning the tax revenues that are coming in don't match up with the expenses. So we have to borrow more money to pay the expenses. We do that in the form of U.S. Treasuries. The amount of money that the government is allowed to spend currently under what has been approved is about $31 trillion. And we actually reached that level back in January of this year, January of 2023, where Congress took some special actions and they were able to kick the can down the road. And now the estimation is we're going to reach that limit on June 1st. They can pass a series of more emergency actions and kick the can down the road a little further. But what does this do for us? Well, how does this impact us if we do reach the debt ceiling? Well, if we are invested in U.S. Treasuries, interest payments can be stopped or delayed. Money market funds have invested in Treasuries and can feel the same type of pressure. We've heard about Social Security benefits. Will they be delayed? Probably not, because there is a Social Security trust fund that can be used to pay, but some of it is invested in U.S. Treasuries. The fact of the matter is, no one really knows for sure what will happen because we've never reached the point where the debt ceiling has stopped us from making payments. Congress has always taken action to extend the debt limit to allow payments to continue. And in our opinion, action will be taken because the U.S. Treasury, the securities, are regarded as one of the safest investments in the world. And no action would call into question the credibility of the U.S. So in my opinion, if the past is any indication of the future, the debt ceiling will be increased and will feel no pain. And with that, that's this week's episode of Financial Focus. We'll see you next week.